Hello and welcome back, my insane friends. Let's talk stocks and specifically SRLP, and which is one that I did sell half of my position today, and it's still running. It's still going up. At least the last time I checked. We're going to check right here live and see if it's still running at this point at almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So it would be in after hours. We're going to see what it closed out at today. And I'll tell you what I sold at. And I remember I didn't sell all of my position. I only sold half of my position. But most of all, remember, this is not financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. I'm not a professional trader. I'm an amateur trader, and I'm glad you're going along this journey with me of learning and hopefully being entertained. I'm not sure you'll learn a lot from me because I don't know a lot, but I'm learning a lot, and you can watch me learn and earn and sometimes learn and lose. But today, I'm all winner. I am the victor, and I'm excited. I did the right thing on SRLP so far. I've done everything right. I even in my exit. Now, it may continue to run further up since I sold 50% of my shares. If it runs up, you could see that if it just keeps going up from here, you could see that as a mistake. But I was in the green and I was in profit when I sold it. So it's not, no matter how high it goes from here, that's not a total loss. Plus, I kept the other half of my shares in case it does run up further. And as long as it doesn't make a U-turn and drop on me, then it's yet to be seen whether it was right for me to keep that other 50% of the shares or not. We'll see. Obviously, I was right about the fact that it was going to go up today, when yesterday I said that it was probably going to go up today because of this article here. And I cannot take credit for that. I want to give credit to the author of the article that tipped me off, by Denny Jacob on Market Watch. And there was a couple other articles that I read. It wasn't just Denny Jacob. It was a couple other authors, which I couldn't find those, but you can look back at my other videos. Hopefully I gave them credit there. And in his article, Denny Jacob says Sprague Resources said it received an unsolicited, non-binding proposal from fellow energy firm Hartree Partners LP to buy the remaining 25% stake in the company it doesn't already own, in a deal that would value Sprague at $432.9 million. Hartree and its affiliates would acquire all of the outstanding common units of Sprague that it doesn't already own in exchange for $16.50 in cash per common unit. And that don't sound like much, but last night when I was in after hours, when I was making my video and putting it on YouTube, this stuff wasn't at $16.50 yet. It was going towards $16.50, and it had been $15 and some change all day. It had been $14 and some change the day before, and every day it was that you look back in the past, it was lower. It had gone down the dip and had been slowly coming up. I didn't know why it was coming up some. Other people didn't know why it was coming up until these articles went out. And I'm like, oh, yeah, no wonder it's creeping up. Is because, they've got an offer from Hartree to buy their other shares. Now, let me read the rest of the article. It's not very long. Bear with me. The proposal represents a premium around 11% to the closing price of $14.93 on January the 10th. Hartree and its affiliates, now I was reading this article on January the 11th. Hartree and its affiliates currently hold approximately 75% of the outstanding common units of Sprague. Board of Directors of Sprague's general partner expects to delegate the authority to elevate and negotiate the proposal to its conflict committee. The proposal is subject to the negotiation and execution of mutually acceptable merger agreement. Now, I was speculating that because of this news, that it was going to go up, and it did go up, and it went up to where whatever losses I had on this, because in case I haven't mentioned yet, full disclosure, I do own stock in this. I do own SRLP, not always. I own some shares of SRLP. And I sold half of them today while it was at, let me see here, I think it's 1650. Let me double check and make sure I'm telling you right. See what my transactions were. And last, I think that was no, it wouldn't be the last transaction because I sold some Tesla. My orders went through on Tesla. Tesla went up, way up today, and some of my Tesla sold. That is awesome. Woo, look at that. Look at that. $16.59. I sold some of the SRLP, and I still have half of it. And let's see what it's at right now for the other half of my shares of SRLP. See, nope, I don't want to know what Ford stock is right now, which, in case you're wondering, Ford stock is at 24.47, unless there's some after hours movement that I can't see here. No, if there's after hours movement, I can't see it. I don't know why. Let's see here. SRLP stock price 1707. Woo! Woo! 1707, man. Oh my gosh. That's what it closed at today. 10.92% upside during the day. It gained 10.92% in one day. Holy moly. I feel so fortunate and thankful that I got into this when it was lower, and I got to ride some of that up. Let's see here. And a lot of it came from, just doing the research and watching for articles out on that, coming out on it, and trying to keep up with what was going on with Sprague Resources, SRLP, and the other stocks that I have, and just, really paying attention to what's going on. And if I hadn't been doing that, if I just set it and forget it, and there are some stocks that I would agree, if you say that there's some stocks that you can do that with, you can just set it and forget it. I would agree with that. There are some stocks that you can do that with, but sorry, I gotta keep my coffee intake going at least until 5 o'clock, because then I've got 5 o'clock, cut off the caffeine. I have insomnia problems, so I can't have caffeine after 5. Let's see here. Webull, that's it. That's what I wanted to look at. Is Webull? I can see the after hours on the graph. Usually, okay. It looks like it was at 1709 and it dropped to 17 here just recently. So we lost 9 cents in the after hours so far. It makes me kind of want to maybe sell that other half. But I'm not sure we're at peak media right now. And I don't think we're going to hit peak price until we're hitting peak media. And this is not financial advice. Remember, don't copy what I do. Don't do what I do. Don't do anything I say in these videos, because, I'm not qualified to be handling other people's money. And unless you want to copy the part about doing research and reading articles and learning more about stock from other people who are more qualified than me, I would feel confident saying do that. But as far as what you spend your money on and when you sell it and when you buy it and stuff like that, no, I'm not I'm not insinuating anything, and I'm not giving any advice on that, because just because I've made more money than I've lost doesn't mean that you will if you copy anything I do. But I did good today. Woo! I've been a winner all day on all my Tesla, which, let's see here, how many Tesla sales and buys did I do today? I set these on the computer on TD Ameritrade to sell at a certain price, buy at a certain price, sell at a certain price, buy at a certain price. And then that way, if I'm not staring right at the screen, the orders go in and I don't miss out on the buys and sells. And if you don't have TD Ameritrade, I don't have an affiliate link or anything for that kind of stuff yet. But I like trading on TD Ameritrade, and I like looking at their graphs and the Webull graphs. I've got some money in Webull, and I just kind of set it and forget it, some stuff on Webull. But I mostly like doing most of my trades on TD Ameritrade. And there's some stuff about the graphs on Webull that just makes more sense to me. It makes it easier for me to tell. So a lot of times I'm back and forth between looking at the graphs on Webull and doing the actual trades on TD Ameritrade. And it looks like I managed to hit 1, 2, 3, 4 different trades on Tesla today that made a little bit of money each. I don't know how much that would add up to. I'd have to do some math. And the one sale of half of my position in SRLP today, which was really nice. If I would like to know right now at $17, do y'all have any guesses at how much this SRLP might run up to before the end of the week? Or if you think it might take a turn for the worst and go down, let's pick Friday. Between now and Friday, what price do you think SRLP is going to be sitting at the close of the market on Friday this week? That would be January the 14th, 2022. What do you think the price will be on Sprague Resources or SRLP, the close of the market Friday? And let's see who gets closest to the price on your guesstimates. And let's just all assume that nobody's given any financial advice here. You're not giving any. I'm not giving any. This is just a fun little game to see who might get the closest to that number. If you want to add why you think it might move to that price from 17 between now and then, or if you just want to say that you think it's going to go up or you think it's going to go down, and you can either add why you might think it go up or why you might think it go down, or not add it, whatever. Just the main thing is to get a comment down there with something on it so that you can see how close you get to being right, and start doing that with other stocks and stuff too. I think we should make that a regular thing here, because that's one of the best things that I have done that helped make me a better trader, is to start, even when I don't have money riding on a stock, to start trying to predict what the price is going to be at a specific day in the future compared to what it is now. And then on that specific day later on. And also it helps to have in your mind why you think it's going to go up to that price, or why you think it's going to go down to that price, what you think the catalyst is that's going to help make that happen. And then on that day, look at it again and see just how close you are or how far off you are to that number, so you can start getting a little bit better at targeting these future prices. And even before you even start putting any money on anything, because if you already put money, if you've already bought some shares of that, and then you miss the target, it could cost you money. But if you just start playing around with it like a game of, let's see how close I can get to predicting the future price of this on this particular day, before you have money on it, and you start getting better and better at it, then once you start putting money on stuff, you're already improved somewhat. Let's see how we're doing now. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to try to, I'm not even though it looks like it's going down a little bit from 1708 or 9 to the $17, I'm going to take a risk with my own money. I'm not saying you should do any of this. I'm not giving any advice. I don't want to risk somebody else's money, but I'm going to risk my own money, whatever I have still in SRLP, and just leave it in there and see what happens tomorrow morning. And I'm hoping, I'm not predicting, I'm hoping that it's going to go up even further tomorrow, because I think there's still some people out there that haven't heard about the news of Hartree buying up the rest of these shares and haven't had a chance to get excited about it and try to buy in and get some of this. I think, in other words, I think there might be still to be some meat on the bone, but I'm not convinced of that. But I'm willing to take a chance with, since I've already sold half of my position, I know that that half, if it goes down, that half's not going to go down because it's already sold. And so now I'm only half risking what I got. But you got to keep in mind too, though, when trying to get closer and closer to the top on moves like this, what I'm doing is I'm getting into higher and higher risk with less and less chance of gain, because the higher it goes, the less likely it is to go higher, and the more likely it is to turn around and start falling. So I am consciously taking a much bigger risk waiting with this other half of my position tomorrow than what I risked today. Today, my risk was relatively low compared to what my risk is tomorrow. And that's one of the reasons why I sold half of my position, because I cut my risk in half, or at least I cut the amount of money that I'm risking in half by selling half of my position, because I know that the other half of my money that I left in there is going to be at even more risk tomorrow than it was today. Plus, the excitement over this news could fade away tomorrow. You know, there's still a new that can wear off for any news, any catalyst that goes out there. There's some newness to it, and the new can wear off, and therefore the excitement, and then the stuff can go down. But I think part of my thinking here about it being worth the risk is that it did continue to go up, and it did go up a little bit more right there at the tail end of the day to the 1709, and that, I'm thinking, may indicate that it's going to continue to run at least some more tomorrow. So I'll be looking at it tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to do a live tomorrow morning to update you on what's going on with this or not, but Tesla's running too. And so that brings in another decision making thing. You know, I sold half of my position in this. Should I pay more attention to my Tesla position and just forget about the SRLP? Should I sell the rest of it and just maybe? But actually, even then, it doesn't matter because I don't like buying in when Tesla's on the run. Just let it run with the shares that I got, and maybe even sell some more, and wait for another downturn. Because if I've learned anything about Tesla stock, I've learned that there's always going to be another dip, and there's always going to be another rise. Well, I say always. You know, it could just flatline tomorrow and do nothing and not move no more than what Ford's been doing the last couple of days. You could find a narrow little channel and just stay in it. You never know with the stock market. You can't really predict these things, or at least I can't. But I'd be willing to bet my money, not your money, but I'd be willing to bet my money that Tesla's going to keep doing this sine wave at least to some point, and I'll be able to at least continue to buy in and sell out, buy in and sell out, and capture a little bit of that move each time. And that's what I'm trying to do and have successfully been able to do so far in the past. So if you're interested in seeing how well I do in the future on these and other things that I've been doing in the past and done well so far, then keep coming back to the channel. Consider subscribing. Until the next video, I would like to wish all my #insane friends insane growth and insane success.